All right, hey y'all. It is April 9th. Um, it was a gorgeous day today. It was very windy, like very windy. Um, you can see I'm wearing my Phillies shirt. I wish this meant that the Phillies were playing, but it just means that I'm an optimist and I like this shirt. uh, in terms of big things that happened today, Governor Wolf, the Pennsylvania governor, um, closed schools for the rest of the year, for the rest of the academic year, which everyone kind of figured was going to happen because at some point it was, April 6th, and then it was like April 30th. And then if you're going to push it to May 30th, you might as well just like cut it right there because that's what they're going to be in school for an extra 2 weeks. Like that would just cause so much more people to move them all back for 2 weeks. So, end of the academic year. So, no more kids are going back to school this year. Um, The UK Prime Minister is out of intensive care. There's that. Another record number of people filed for unemployment, in the US. There's some ideas that people want, because people want to stimulate the economy and get people back to work as soon as possible. So their idea is right now that people who have had and have recovered from the virus should go back to work. For that to be in any way, shape, or form effective, we need to have like massive testing, which we don't have and we're not going to have. The federal government decided to stop funding testing sites. So, yeah, that's great. On a personal note, not a lot happened today. Last night was a little exciting and scary. Last night was Passover, as I mentioned, and I had my family calls it matzah crack, and it is this. It. I swear every family calls it matzah crack. I think I described it yesterday. It's chocolate covered matzah with a layer of caramel in between. It's delicious and addictive. So last night I was cleaning up and didn't even think about it. My dog swiped a piece from my coffee table, which is really funny because she's normally like, I shouldn't have left food down, but 75% of the time she totally ignores anything that's on the table. I mean, she sniffs and she's like, "What's that?" Okay. So I heard this like weird crunching noise and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Come out and I see that there is melted chocolate all over her pillow. I was like, fantastic. If any of you don't know, chocolate is poison for dogs. So she's never eaten chocolate before, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Daisy's my first dog. I've never had a dog before. Even like my parents have never had dogs before. I've never lived with a dog before, ever. So I'm like freaking out, right? And I like call the emergency vet and I'm like, "Oh my God, my dog ate chocolate." And she was like, "Okay, do you know like what kind?" I'm like, "Okay, like send me sweet chocolate chips." She's like, "Okay, how heavy is your dog?" I said, 60 pounds. She's like, "All right, how much did she eat? Like, do you know in ounces by chance?" And I'm like, "I don't know, 10 to 12 chocolate chips." And the one was like, "Yeah, she's fine." Uh, she was like, "Yeah, for her weight and that kind of chocolate, she would have had to eat like the entire bag of chocolate chips for it to like hit that toxic level." Um, so thankfully that was all fine. She's now actually completely fine. Um, we're almost at 24 hours, and if I hadn't found the chocolate, like I would have never known that she had eaten anything. Uh, but last night was a little sleepless for me because every time she got up, because the emergency vet said, yeah, she might throw up, she might have an upset tummy, like things like that, because she ingested poison for her. So each time she like got up in the middle of the night, I also woke up. I'm like, what happened? What happened? She throwing up? She okay? She was fine. It was normal. Get up, stretch, turn around, lay back down for her. So she's doing good. She gave me a small heart attack, but besides that, it's fine. Um, Other than that, I don't really think a whole lot's going on. I'm trying to think if anything else impactful happened either today or yesterday that I didn't mention. and I don't think so. They're doing road work outside my house, which I don't know why I was surprised by. Because, like, if you ever drive by a road work crew, like, guys aren't all typically huddled and together, they're typically, like, separated. So I was like, that makes sense. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, this makes so much sense. Because Pennsylvania is notorious for having horrendous roads. And, like, I know everyone thinks their state's the worst, but, like, let me tell you, Pennsylvania, man, PennDOT does not give a single fuck about any of the road conditions anywhere, ever. And so it's like, yeah, while everyone's not driving, fix the roads. Finish the projects that you start. Literally, when I interviewed at my office in October of 2017, there was road work on one of the highways I take to get to work. And I figured, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, fine. And then when I went for my first day of work in July of 2018, so we're now nearly a year later, it was still there. And I was like, wow, that's still there. Okay, they've been working on it for almost a year. I guess it's going to get done. It is April of 2020. And the last time I was on 422, there was still road work. We'll see if it's there by October. Let's take bets. I say yes, but I hope I'm wrong, because 3 years is a really long time. That being said, the road I live on is called Butler Pike, and there is a overpass that Butler Pike, goes under, and the thing goes over top of it. And that overpass where Butler Pike goes through has been blocked since I moved to this apartment in August of 2018. And it's really annoying because Daisy's vet and daycare and the turnpike is just right on the other side of that overpass. And if we could just drive through it, it would take like a third of the time it takes for us to like go down to the next street, which is like a minute away. Like, it's not like city blocks where it's just like, okay, turn on the next one. You have to go all the way down the next street and then all the way up and then all the way back. Just kind of a pain in the ass. It would literally take like 5 seconds if they were just to fix this. And more than that, I know they're like not even working on it. So it's just like, great, that's just gonna be closed for forever. But such is life in Pennsylvania. Such is life. So, all right, guys, that's it for me today, and I will talk to you later.